Alright, this is the city I started earlier, but what we're gonna do, I think, is quit out of this and restart the city from scratch because, as the title of this implies, I now have about 1,000 hours in total on the Xbox version of City Skylines, and City Skylines, there is a difference between playing it on console and playing it on PC. The big difference being the mods, for sure. You don't have a whole lot of... Well, there aren't really any mods at all for the console. So on the console, you're basically playing it in vanilla. You will be playing it... you can get all the DLCs, everything that's available that's a DLC for the PC you can get for the Xbox. I don't have a PlayStation, but as far as I understand, it's the same for the PlayStation. The real problem when it comes to consoles is Nintendo. The Switch simply does not have the power to do all of the DLCs and all of the assets. You simply can't get them all. It's just not possible. The game would not run, I think, if you had all of the DLC content. So my experience is on the Xbox. Pretty much everything I learned and what I can do, I don't see why you couldn't do it on a PlayStation. I think that would work just as well. Of course, today is a big day for City Skylines. I've already noticed on Twitch how many people are watching some of these streams, and it's because the airport has landed. The new DLC is here, and it has come with a bunch of other stuff, including whole new map packs, which you can see here. These are all new maps that were not there yesterday, but they're there today. And the airport also came with 3 new maps. And I'm going to use this one. What's it? Asuna Beach. I kind of like it. It's the one I was playing around with earlier today. And I'm going to show you essentially what I have learned playing this game. So let's call this... Twitch. Where's the space? Why? Okay. We'll just call it Twitch City. And we want to make sure we don't get it confused with any of the other cities I built, so we'll put 22. So we know this is the new one. So Twitch City 22. That should be fine. Of course, we're in North America, so we are right drive. And what do we got here? We've got we don't use disasters. I keep the dynamic weather on. That's fine. Use day-night cycle. Yeah, it's kind of cool to see what the city looks like at night. To see some of the assets when they're lit up. And it's just a different way. So when we start, always do the same thing whenever I start, the first thing we do, because it will not start you paused, like the PC version will. So on the console, first thing we do is hit pause. Otherwise, we're spending money before we even started. Okay, so this is our starting square. First thing to understand about the console is you will not get mods for more than 9 tiles. They simply do not exist. I think the reason they keep that locked out of the way is because you can play this on a PlayStation 4 or on an Xbox One or One X, and those consoles don't have the power that the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X has. I would like to see a version, an Xbox Series X version. I think it'd be great because I think we could do 25 tiles. You'll never get 81. They'll never do that on console. It's just too big. I don't think that the power is there for it. But I mean, we could do. I mean, even if they changed it up and say did 4x4 instead of 3x3, so you'd have 16 tiles. I think the Series X and the PlayStation 5 could handle that. I don't see any reason why they couldn't. I think the power is there for them. But anyways, so we're stuck with 9 tiles. And 9 tiles, the problem with the 9 tiles is, especially with all of these new assets, they take up a lot of space, especially this new airport one. I'm not sure how we're going to shoehorn an airport into something like this. And you get it fairly early on. Like, when I was playing this afternoon, I was 3 tiles in and already had the airport unlocked. And I'm like, there isn't a whole lot of space. I don't know how you're going to get your city, especially on this map, where to unlock everything, to get to the monuments, you're going to need 90,000 people. So to get 90,000 people in here, that's going to be a trick. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start off. So you can see this is a blank slate. This is the intersection they're giving you. And you can see you get the highway running both ways, and then it branches off in a standard T. Anybody who's played Cities Skylines has seen this before. This is a standard sort of intersection for teeing off from. And that's fine. It works fine. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not inclined to change it at all. So we'll probably keep it the way it is. The only time I would change it is if we wanted to make it an X instead of a T and wanted to branch off the other side. Then I would use one of the assets that's already in here. We're not going to do that for this. So here's the thing about starting off City Skylines is, because in the last 3 years and the 1,000 hours that I've put in on this game, the number one way to start is with the battery. And the battery is just like a grid. It's just like an elongated rectangular grid that you can use to put your city together. It's not very interesting. It's not very exciting. But it works. And in the very beginning, it's about efficiency. It's about getting that, getting into a situation where you can make money early, because if you don't, your city will not make it. So what I do here is, because I've played around with this and I've done, dozens of cities now. I have played on PC as well, but I've done most of it here on the console. So my thing is, I've sort of modified it a little. I've seen some maps online. I've seen some things that other people have done. I follow Imperial Jedi. I follow Biffa. I follow Conflict Nerd. And I've seen, the ways they start cities. And I've sort of have my own version of doing it. And so what I do is, and Biffa would love this, but I'd start with a roundabout. And the simple reason, we'll bring it fairly far out. Let's see, how big's our map? So we'll bring it to maybe, let's start the roundabout about here. Right, so if we can do that, and let's say we branch off from this, let's see. This might be too small. I might have to make it a little bigger. I mean, that's a good start. You start with a cross. Essentially, that's how it works. I'm going to make this a little bigger, and I think bringing it out to, if we add 160 to each side. Something like that, and then, that's too far. Oh, no, too far. Oh, took the whole thing out. Okay, so what? I need okay, I need 360. Should be even. Does everything look even? Okay, that should be fine. That should work. I built, as soon as you build a road, you unlock the one-way, which we're going to need. Now, the reason why I'm going to start with a roundabout, so we're going to switch this to curved. We're going to come up until we see that line. And we're just going to curve it in like that. And we're just going to keep doing that. See what that dotted line comes up. Yep, we're going to do that. And we're just going to keep doing that until we hit the dotted line. There we go. And you see, we're going to get... let's not go too far. It's been touchy since the update. I don't know if they've adjusted the sensitivity of the controls, but it seems to me like the controls are much more sensitive than they were before the update. Airport came with a lot more than just airports. I know the whole community is pretty excited about what we're getting, and I for one am excited about one thing in particular, and that is getting new trees. It may sound crazy, but man, when you're on console and you don't have access to mods, you don't have access to any of those all the different tree assets that have been created over the years, you have access to none of that. Let's change direction here. And so to get some new assets that involve new trees, new bushes, and new undergrowth, and they look fantastic. I love the look of them. And now we can change the trees that line the side of the road to whatever we want, which is great because you used to have tropical maps, and there would be like these maple trees that lined it, and it's like, yeah, I know maple trees still grow in, you know, pretty much any climate, but that's not realistic. I mean, if you have a tropical, like this map is tropical. And let's see if we can find, yeah, I see the palm trees. This is a tropical map. So the fact that we can now take the trees that are lining the streets and turn them into palms is perfect. That's much more realistic than what it was before. The trees they had before just did not fit. So you see I've started with a roundabout. Okay, so what's going to happen is I play this game, especially in the beginning. It's not so much later on in the game, but in the very beginning, but the rule I use is 2-1-1. So you're going to have this circle now that you're seeing, right, which divides up. I'm going to show you because we have these two roads coming in. What we're going to do is we're going to do this. Let's get this straight. Okay. We're going to do this. This is what we're going to do. We're going to come off of this. Add a 90. We got a 90 right there. Let's come about. That should do right there. Same the other direction. That ought to do right there. We're going to do this in this direction. Okay. Effectively, what we've done right now is we're dividing the map into quarters, right? So each quarter, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 quarters. My rule is 2-1-1. 2 quarters of residential, 1 quarter of industrial, 1 quarter of commercial. That's your rule. That's how you should be playing at the very beginning. I got a lot of time in this game, and I'm telling you, especially at the very beginning, you can already see at the bottom, the bar for residential is off the scale. You'll need a lot of residential up front, and you'll need a lot of residential when you're first starting your city. And easily half of what you're going to build is going to be residential. So what I'm going to do is the residential is going to be over on this side, right? Commercial is going to be up here. Here is going to be the industrial, and the reason why, take a look at the map. See all this light green? That's farmland. Farmland's industrial. We're going to take advantage of that, especially on this map. We are definitely going to take advantage of that. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to build some more roads. we got it on straight. We're good. Okay. So what we're going to do, so you see these nodes, you'll see the little circles, these nodes, they're every 10 right now because I built this 30 units. So every 10 units, right? I'm going to take this back. And we're going to come back about 30 right there. And then we're going to come over another 30. We're going to come back down to here. I'm going to join that up. And then what we're going to do, something like this. Bring this down. Bring this down. I played around with this city earlier. This is what I did, and it worked beautifully. It actually works every money I've ever made in a city right off the bat. So we can delete this. Our circle is fully formed. We'll take all that away. We don't need it anymore. Only thing, you know what I might do differently? Do I want... No, you know what? Yeah, you know what? We better, just in case, make this... Okay, let's upgrade it. I'm just a little bit concerned that traffic is going to get bad right off the bat, and so I want to make sure that we're building this in a way that traffic isn't going to just jam up like immediately. And so now I'm thinking, is that going to throw everything off here? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go straight. And you can see like the nodes are already popping up. We're going to go back 30 for now. We can always add blocks afterwards. I like 30. 30 gives you sort of a nice rectangle. I know it looks like a square right now, but what I mean is right here. Right, once I start putting in these side streets, now you're getting like a nice long 30 by 10 rectangle right there. That's what it ends up looking like right there. That, I think, should work. Right, so now you got where your residential is going to be. You got where your industry is going to start out. And here, like I said, we can build this back after. Once we start growing, we'll do the same thing with this. We'll build it back after, once we start growing. And now we need to deal with... this will expand onto this end as well. What we'll do here is we're going to do the same thing. 30, 30. Let's go 30. 30. 30. Forms our square. And then we're going to get inside here. And you'll notice right off the bat, these roads don't go, and they don't connect all the way. And one of the main things we're trying to do here is keep from having too many intersections along this, because these are main trunk roads here. Your 2-lane, your 3-lane. These are your collector, you know, all your traffic is coming from your smaller roads onto this road. And I don't want to slow down traffic. These have to have traffic that just flows. It's got to flow, flow, flow. It's got to keep flowing, because it's going to be pulling traffic from here. It's going to be pulling traffic from this side. And we want it to go right to the roundabout, and we want it to just keep flowing, keep flowing, keep flowing. Right? And same over here. We can do the same thing. Now, there was a video I watched the other day, because I do go on YouTube. I do watch other people. I watch how they build this stuff. And the one video I was watching, oh, what did he do? You can see it kind of looks like a TIE fighter there. So it's kind of like a battery. You're kind of seeing like a double-sided battery here with the roundabout in the center. I'm telling you though, this is the way to go. This is how you want to build the city. And what we're going to do later on, when we need to, is we'll bridge this. We'll go right over top. We'll bridge that. And we can probably connect this and this right now. That should be fine. And here we'll just bridge. Well, you can tunnel too if you want, but I just usually do bridge because problem with putting roads as tunnels is once you get into your subways and your trains and everything, you're going to be going underground all the time, especially with subways, just to get around. And if you've already got all kinds of tunnels all over the place, trying to build the subway system is going to be a real pain in the ass. And you're not, it's just going to be more trouble than it's worth. So I try to avoid that completely if I can. So this is our road layout. This is how it's going to be. This is our start. And I'd say it's a pretty good start. We still have 35 in the bank. So this is what we're going to do. So this is one of the things I learned from one of the guys I was watching. And he's like, look, you don't want pollution. Problem is you start throwing these wind turbines on and you're going to run into an issue where you need to keep throwing them on, another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one, because your power output's only like 8 megawatts per unit, and it's depending on the wind. So if the wind dies down or whatever, you start losing power, all of a sudden you've got sections of your city that don't have power. This just isn't going to work. It's a nice concept, it's great, but later on, when you're fighting to get money and you need 6,000 to put another wind turbine on and people don't have power, it sucks, but coal power. Right up front, just do it. Just bite the bullet right up front. Put your coal power in. Yeah, it's going to cause pollution. The pollution circle you can see here isn't going to go anywhere near my residential. It's going to be far away from it. That's going to be fine. Right next to it, I don't even bother with these anymore. Water drain pipes into the water, I don't do it. I can put one of these down. It's almost the same cost. Just throw this down. It just makes more sense. It'll cause pollution. That's fine. Look at the pollution circle. It's not going to go anywhere near my residential. Everything's fine. The water, we'll use a water tower. I don't bother drawing it. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I don't want to mess around with that. You are drawing water out of the river. It will affect the flow of the river. It can draw quite a bit. What is the actual draw? 120,000 metric meters, and these are 60. So, yeah, you need two of them. Comparison in cost, I mean... Yeah, the water pumping station. I mean, early on, for what it's going to do for you, sure, we can put this in, but the problem is we're going to have to run some lines over to it. So if I put this in here, I'm going to be running my pipeline from here to here. Let's link them up. And then from there, I'm going to bring this out here, bring this across. Bring that across the side. I'm not too picky about how everything looks. The pipes are underground. It doesn't really matter to me what they look like. I don't really care. I know some people are getting into the realism. I care less about that. I just want the city to have water pipes. Right, and right there we have water pipes. Let's bring that in there. Bring this across. Yeah, that's fine. Let's bring this up to about there. Let's bring that across. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, 25 minutes in, we haven't even done anything except we're running low on funds. And I still have to bring power lines over. Okay, I did not run this low before when I was running the other city. Let's bring power to the water. Okay. Okay, no more fooling around. Let's get this done. Okay, so to unlock the first milestone, we need 500. Where's our water pipes? Are we gonna cover everything here? Okay. Okay, that should cover that. And on this side, we need to cover... Oh, we're out of money already. We spent more money on roads than we should have. Okay. Let's get the people in here and see what happens. So let's unpause it. We'll run it at triple speed. And let's see. Yeah, you'll get power as soon as the coal plant starts up. You're fine. This could be a disaster. This could very well be a disaster. Let's see. I ran out of money to get the power lines over there. Yeah, it could be a problem. Need to get 500. If we get 500 people in here, that's what we need. 500 people, and then we get. We hit the first milestone. 500 people. We can adjust the taxes. We could take out a loan, and then we're off to the races. Let's just get 500 people in here. 200. Good. We're almost halfway there already. 16, come on. Once these dust, yeah, they'll get power. Yeah, okay, they've got power there. 235, let's go. We are deep in the hole right now. Ah, they're already complaining. All right, this may be toast. Yeah, I used up money faster than I did in the other city. That is real. Oh, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong here? That's crazy. Why did they build all the way out? Why did they build that section out there? Why didn't they build closer to the highway? I don't know why. Apparently there's been some tweaks. The update was more than just it was more than just adding some cosmetics. Apparently they've tweaked the AI in addition. And I wonder if that's causing an impact. It might be. 289, yeah, we're in trouble. We are in trouble with this city already. Yep, we're losing people. I need another 200 and it's not going to happen. Because they didn't get the power. And I don't have any money. And I can't do anything. Money. You gotta be so careful with money on this. That's okay. If this fails, I'll show you the city that I made earlier today. And you'll see what I mean. Okay, we're back into the positive again. That might help. If we can get some people into the city. I need another 200. Yeah, we're just not going to get it. We're not going to get the people. It's not going to happen. Oh, 300. No. It's gonna dither around 300, and it's not going to go. It's not going to go to the 500 I need. We'll have dug a massive debt hole by the time we get there. There's no question. That's unbelievable. Man, I don't normally have fails like this. Don't normally have fails like this. That's unbelievable. $320. People are coming. Oh, man. We're so, like, we're 170 away. We get 170 more people. Like, we got houses building all, like, I know they got no power, but they're getting abandoned now. Yeah. Yeah, so that was a complete fail. I did get power to them, and that just, it failed because of that. They didn't get power. I may have come too far in, I'm thinking. Maybe we should have had the circle. Yeah, it's done. Okay, so yeah, we'll just trash it. Don't care. Okay, so this was the one that I'll show you what we got here. So this is the exact same map. The map that we just tried to do and completely failed at. This is the exact same map. And you can see this one, we're at 8,000 people. It's almost $1 billion in cash. This is a total success on all accounts. I mean, it's only 2027, so we're only like 5 years in on this. And you can see I've already got like 3 stars on the farm. I could do 4 or 5 by now if I really wanted to, if I pushed it. But you can see already we've got a city that is just starting to get into high density. This is what I was trying to build, something similar to this, but with that roundabout, I should have built it closer. I'm really thinking that I screwed up there, and I shouldn't have done that. I screwed that up. So I think the best thing to do is let's quit back out. Quit to main menu. Okay.